Hey everyone, we're the Handy Guys, and the holidays are coming up, and Brian, we are always talking about smart homes and smart switches, and I know you've done a lot with, I think it's, is it Lutron?
The Lutron Caseta switches.
Yeah. So you've showed us smart switches in your old home, in your current garage, but what about with lighting? I want to talk about Christmas lighting and see what kind of solution you have for that.
Right. So in the old days, what I always had was that little timer you got at the home center. Would turn your Christmas lights on at dusk, run them for 8 hours, and then shut them off. Right.
They work
and
great.
There was no smarts to it, and they never seemed to last very long. I've gone through several of them over the years, but Lutron sent me one that works with the Lutron Caseta system. So I thought I'd check it out. I made this little video. Go ahead and click play and watch it. So Paul, we've done a lot of videos about the Lutron Caseta switches, the Pico remotes, the lamp controllers, all of these things for automating and controlling your home lighting. One of the pieces missing from the puzzle at Lutron was an outdoor solution. So what they came up with was and recently released was a Caseta wireless outdoor switch. And that's what I have here. So I'm going to use it this Christmas for my Christmas lights, and it sets up and works just like any other Lutron switch. And then I've got a Pico remote that I put on the pedestal base so I can control my Christmas lights with that from anywhere in the house. So you can see I set up a schedule for the Christmas lights to turn on 15 minutes before sunset and to turn off at 11 p.m.
All right, so that seems to be cool. So basically you have simply a little extension. You hook up whatever your lights you want to that, and that extension talks to your hub, the Caseta hub?
That's exactly right. So I've already got the Lutron Caseta system. I've got the hub. I've got switches in the barn. I've got switches in the house and all of that. So I can control that with my app on the phone. I can program it to come on at dusk, stay on for a certain period of time, set schedules. I can even set it to, come on when I pull in the driveway if I wanted to, right?
Can you make it blink the lights, give it blinkies that may not already blink?
Blinkies that don't, I don't know. No, I don't think you could do that. It's not really a Christmas light thing. I mean, that's what I'm going to use it for.
Right.
And I think that's the primary use case for this device. But you could use it for landscape lighting. I was going to use it on a light, maybe on a flagpole that I have, something like that. So there's all kinds of different uses for it. But no, it's not like you can't automate it to music or something like that, right?
So what I want to know is if you were using it just for traditional landscape lightings or maybe to light up your driveway, could you somehow integrate something into Caseta possibly for motion detection, so when you pull up it turns on, or they must have motion detection. Like, can you create rules in the app or anything like that?
Yeah, so they have a thing, the way they do it now is they have a feature called geofencing in the app that detects when you come home and then can turn certain lights on. You can set individual switches or groups of switches to all turn on together. Okay.
So I want to show you what my solution is. So Brian, I have, show this. This is the BN Link product. It's the model number BNC 60U130T. And this is what I use, or I plan to use. I haven't used it yet, so I can't give a full review. I got this a year ago, and I still haven't used it yet. But I got this on Amazon, and this is one of those $20 jobbies that that talks to your Wi-Fi only. So the challenge with something like this is it talks to the Wi-Fi, and then you have to load up what I forget if it's called Home. What's the app called? You load up your Home Life or Smart Life app, and then once you get it connected, then you can add that to Alexa. So there's a multi-step process, the most difficult of which probably is getting this thing connected to your Wi-Fi, because it's not like you can just set a password on this. You got to go through a bunch of steps and hold the button down, and it creates its own little network. And there's a whole process, and some people struggle with that. But apart from that, once you get it up and running, then obviously you're just using Wi-Fi. So there's probably a little bit more of a distance limitation, I would assume, than the Caseta stuff with your hub and how it talks to the hub.
Yeah, it may be. And, the thing with the Caseta stuff is they've got all that figured out, like the adding of new devices and so forth. You just hold down a little button and it blinks. It shows up in the app and you add it. You give it a name and all of that. It's very, very straightforward. And we showed some of that in some of our older videos. So go check those out if you need some help with that. And the other thing, I don't want to get too techie here, but you and I are both pretty techie. We can figure these things out sometimes. But often these Internet of Things, IoT devices, they call them, they run on that 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth. And most home networks have 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz all in the same SSID. And then that messes up these devices. They won't connect. And, it can be a real hassle. So none of those worries with the Caseta stuff.
Okay, cool. So I look forward to seeing your Christmas display this year. You'll have to show it to the YouTube audience, and we'll see how this all works.
Of it. All right, very good. Thanks.
Thank you.